everyone! This is FotR's Landwalker, and this evening we have another exciting episode of Star Trek Online. Over the last few weeks, we've been enjoying, perhaps, maybe that's not really the right word, trying to bring together the alien Lukari and Kantari back together again, and at the same time try to figure out what the heck the deal was with the Senkefi dropping protomatter bombs to cleanse planets of life. We got the answer to that one last week when it turned out that the Senkefi were trying to wipe out the caretakers of the Herc, one of the ancient enemies of the Klingons. And we're going to be going deep into that, but first, we're going to see a little more about the Senkefi point of view. So let's load in and see where the excitement takes us. First, I want to take a quick peek at, let's see, nothing in the mail it looks like. Do have some reputation stuff to take care of, so let's deal with the Administrivia first. I use up my last temporal initiative marks. I did not get to tier 4. Oh well. Now, there is an option here to do buyouts to tier 5. I ain't gonna do that. I have better things to spend my Zen on. So that's a big no. Also, we have Discovery Legends, which I'm about to unlock now. Now, what does the tier 1 rep give? Well, actually, let me fill that up first. It is not enough to simply slot the thing in my upgrade. I've actually got to finish it too. Oops, no, cancel that. We're not doing that. I have no idea why I did that. I get Arium's Augments, which will do something about damage resistance against damage over time and area of effect abilities. And Tyler's Memories, which improves damage the closer you are to a target, which I imagine must be pretty fun for melee players. Maximum bonus when at less than 9.15 meters. Okay, maybe it's not awesome with the melee, but it still encourages that sort of thing. In any event, I really have no great desire to do anything with that, because I'm pretty happy with the traits I've got. And somehow, I seem to have completely missed the fact that I didn't fill the reputation for New Rhymeless. I kicked myself on this one. I really should have seen that. How I missed that, who knows. It is what it is. Alright. And, ooh, I can get a Universal Endeavor by starting a duty officer recruitment at New Rhymeless Command. Okay. I can do that. Duty officers, duty officers, duty officers. Okay, looks like it's on the north side. Why they felt the need to make this map diagonal? I mean, that's a completely arbitrary choice. I'm not sure why they bothered with that. No, that's not who I need. This is someone who will allow me to buy duty officers. And that's not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is no security officer isn't who I need either. Is it one of these rooms? No. Maybe. No. I know there's a recruitment somewhere. No, that ain't you. Maybe it's one of the, there we are. It's a terminal. Sure, we'll go tactical. We'll do tactical. And yay, just like that, I have the Universal Endeavor prize pack. Let's see what I get out of it. Nothing but cash and R&D materials. In other words, the dumb stuff. Well, I suppose I was asking a lot to get something good off of that, right? Okay, that takes care of all the administrivia. It's time to look into the Renegade's Regret.
Captain Neth Parr has turned herself in to authorities at Deep Space Nine. She's the Zenkethi officer who delivered vital military intelligence to the Alliance prior to the assault on Bajor. Captain Parr is now actively seeking asylum and claims to have more tactical information for us. I'd like you to debrief the captain and determine the nature of this new information, if possible.
All right. We surprisingly have a decent amount of XP and expertise, and dilithium ore, and apparently Romulan drinks. I have to admit that I find that a really odd choice of reward. Some things you just don't question. And an astounding variety of choices here. I can grab this science emitter, which will give me plus and tetrion damage, which I don't use, but gives me plenty of shield restoration ability and starship drain. Watch your back, which gives me resistance after being shot from behind or the sides. Decent. Same for space. A draconium ceremonial polearm. You know, I kind of like the sound of that, actually. And a Tetrion pulse generator, which, again, is meh. Polearm is looking like a strong possibility here, just for the giggles. As usual, I am far away from DS9, since I'm all the way here at New Romulus, so we are going to take the shortcut and transwarp our way there. And we will begin the Renegade's Regret. And we have the current security officers, Rose Senna. And no, I find that a very intriguing security officer name. And the reason for that is because Bajoran names are kind of reversed from the more Americanized or English kind of thing. The first name for that you talk to for a Bajoran is their family name. So I find that this is a high probability that we are looking at the daughter of Ro Laren, who was a fairly prominent recurring character on Star Trek Next Generation. And fun fact, Ro Laren was originally supposed to be a member of the DS9 crew when they were concepting the show, but the actress was not exactly interested, so they instead went with Kira Nerys, a new character. Even more ironic, if you follow the Star Trek novels of a number of years ago, when they did the DS9 relaunch books, Ro Laren eventually did come to DS9 and took the role of security officer. So what we have here is history, and Rose Senna is now the security officer on board.
Welcome to Deep Space Nine. The chief told me to expect you. The Zenkethi officer is in the far room at the back. A Starfleet captain is speaking to her.
Okay, this just got really interesting here. If this is this is Officer Ro, and there is a Chief Ro. Maybe. I think it's more likely, however, that we're seeing a text error, just like we've mentioned on any number of occasions on this stream. And look, it's Captain LaForge. And Well, that's not exactly a nice way of keeping our Zenkethi asylum seeker, is it?
Good to see you again. Tensions are running pretty high where the Zenkethi are concerned, but Captain Parr has gone through a lot to help the Alliance. She deserves a fair shake.
I'm going to agree with that. So why she in a cell?
We keep meeting under less than ideal conditions.
Yeah. Why are you in the brig?
The Chief of Security thought it was a prudent measure. Technically, I am under protective custody until the Alliance decides what to do with me. I cannot fault this decision. Our military has much to answer for, myself included. There are many who might see a Zenkethi face and decide to seek vengeance.
Hey, you walked away. You decided to answer to a better morality. You can come on out. I'm not afraid. You didn't have to necessarily walk into my head, though.
Thank you. Far too many lives have been lost in this crusade, so I'm glad the tactical data I provided helped to save some.
That's an understatement, alright.
No longer. I renounced the title of captain after committing mutiny. Part of the price I paid to save those lives today. Let's move on. I have more information for the Alliance. I presume you are here to collect it.
Right on that front there?
Are you ready to hear my story?
Yes, I am. And now we are going to step into the shoes.
It began on my first
Nest
mission
Palm.
as captain. I remember it clearly. Captain's log, mission cycle 132. We have arrived at System 91, local designation EOC. Admiral Zen Tarak prepares to conduct Dransuli cleansing operations. Our tactical reports indicate minimal threat from the locals. This should be another egg run.
Captain Parr, we are receiving an incoming transmission from Admiral Zen Tarak.
Let's not keep the Admiral waiting, Ensign. Put him on screen.
The planet Eog stands shown to be filthy with the eggs of the hatred Dransuli. Their defenses are generally inferior, but their fleet could be dangerous in large numbers. While our ground squad prepares the weapon, we will ensure that no ship leaves this system. If one ship with one egg escapes, the contagion spreads. That is not acceptable.
As you may have guessed, we are flying a Zenkethi ship, and I'm pretty sure this is a lockbox ship at some point. I know it's not a regular C-store ship. And strangely enough, it has no torpedoes, so it's nothing but energy weapons. I'm gonna move this out of the way because full impulse. And I can't change it. Well, that's gonna be annoying.
I know this is your first mission as Captain Death. Don't let your excitement distract you from the task at hand. Stay alert!
He sounds like a friendly admiral.
Of course, Admiral. We're prepared to enforce containment protocol as ordered, sir.
See to it that you do, Captain. Zen Tarak out. Eoki fleet on intercept course. Eliminate them.
So, from the looks of it, they were also interested in not only exterminating the planet, but also making sure that there were no survivors. So let's not go under the illusion that the Zenkethi are any kind of good guys. They most certainly are not. I mean, look. You know, I could be wrong. Okay, so I don't seem to have any control over the weapon systems either, because I am not hitting any buttons here. So all I gotta do is steer the ship and play with any of the brig officer abilities. Because the auto fire seems to be, Yeah, and I also can't turn off the auto fire. So yeah, I guess they wanted to make sure that any players who wanted to try to find a pacifistic solution wouldn't be able to.
This is the British Starstruck. We're not warriors. Spare us, please.
It's not our cause, Captain. Ignore them and follow protocol.
Please stop. We're civilians. There's children here.
Yeah, this is clearly not the good guy mission, is it?
It's all yours if you let us go. You're about to blow up a fortune here. Be reasonable. We're a hospital ship. We're not a threat.
Yes, but apparently they were considered expendable. I have no idea why this, oh, do we have cannons? I didn't think we had cannons, but... Oh, yeah, we got a turret, though. They count as cannons. Oh, a few more freighters. That's all the civilians, so that just leaves the last of the defense fleet. And that for not much longer. And they go down.
Captain, the ground team has been to safety. The protomatter bomb is ready. Since this is your first mission, I'm granting you the honor of detonating the weapon. Get into position when you're ready.
You're too kind.
As you wish, Admiral. Far out.
Such a nice, pretty planet. Blue oceans, green forests. Some, possibly that's signs of habitation, but I can't be sure. It was such a nice planet. Bye-bye.
Command is a difficult path to walk in
Start from
times,
vegetation
Captain.
and life.
You performed your duties well. It will reflect in my next report to the Autarch. I have seen great promise in you today. Faithful service to the Coalition is well rewarded. Don't forget that.
Thank you, sir. I will not forget today's events for a long time, if ever.
Ooh, that sounded, double meaning, laden.
That mission took a toll upon me and my crew. To eradicate the Transuli was one thing. The eradication of innocent Ioki was another. Despite my personal feelings, I remained a loyal officer. Things would change under Cronus 3.
If that sounds familiar,
I led the
It
protomatter
should.
bomb squad myself.
Draconis 3 is a primitive, pre-industrial backwater planet. There is a large infestation. You know what to do, Captain. And Neff, keep your guard up down there. We think the target site is a temple. If that's so, the local savages may try to stop you. Feel free to discourage them. Aggressively if necessary.
Our firepower should discourage them, Admiral. They shouldn't pose much of a threat to the mission.
We're good to go here. The weapon's in the green. Proto-Mana Matrix is stable and primed. The Admiral wants us to deploy the bomb in the largest concentration of Dranzuli eggs. Looks like that's in some type of structure ahead, not far from here. Ready to go when you are, Captain.
All right, let's move out. Keep an eye out for the locals and make sure the weapon is protected. No more lucky shots like Vernonin 4, okay? The Admiral roared at me for a 10 cycle over that.
despite their nature, it's hard not to like these Senkethi characters as we go, and you'll probably share my feelings as we go along as you hear them. But before we start advancing, let's take a look at what I can do as a Senkethi warrior. I have my shoulder turret, which gives Tetrion burst damage. I have dual protomatter Tetrion bursts. That sounds messy. I have a melee smash. With knockback too. And finally, we have a protomatter laced energy blast. So we are looking at some interesting weapons. Let's see what our crew can do. Now, this probably doesn't look as familiar as it should. That's probably because of all the green and growing things around here.
50 credits says Tashan drops the bomb. Again. Oh, I'll take that. I'm standing right here, you know.
Like I said, I like these guys. It's a pity that they're, you know, bad guys. But I gotta admit, they're kind of fun. Now it should be looking more familiar. Yes, this is exactly where the missing Starfleet station.
Concentration of Transuli eggs ahead.
Well, the station was here,
Doesn't
technically.
matter where we put it. The whole planet gets scoured. Ask the Admiral. I'm sure he'd just love to tell you. You know, after giving you a year of latrine duty. Both of you, shut it. We got a job to do here.
Like I said, I like
Yes,
these
sir.
guys.
Sorry, Lieutenant. Just stay disciplined. Remember what happened on Hatara.
Oh, more hostiles. It would be kind of neat to have a Senkethi bridge officer. Although, the more I think about it, I think it would be more likely that they would be with, well, actually, no, they wouldn't be with the Klingons either. Never mind. Some species just don't really seem to work for that sort of thing. You know, there's an examined pillar option somewhere. Oh, what do you know it? It's all the way back. Well, you know what? Hey, Killer Forever. I am not recording this. This is my usual streaming style for Star Trek Online. I've been following the adventures of this character for... Oh, hold on. Let's pass the pillar. What do you know it? For about a year. It's pretty much a walkthrough with occasional my commentary going along with it. I can't be as nearly as scintillating on this mission as usual because this is basically not technically my character, since, you know, you can't actually be a Senkethi. I'm not even sure there's any alien parts that would allow you to get anywhere near being a Senkethi. Right now, we are kind of seeing the Senkethi point of view to an earlier mission. Earlier, we came along to find out what happened to some Starfleet officers. Well, we didn't know there were Starfleet officers here at the time. We examined the murals just like we're doing here.
They wouldn't want these eggs to hatch if they knew what was inside them.
Found that big Starfleet symbol. But of course, we saw everything after the Senkethi were through. And the third mural.
Are these fools gathering Transuli eggs?
The Senkethi do not sound impressed. Oh, speaking of being unimpressed. No comment on the Starfleet Delta? Really? You would think that, you know, that would have been rating a comment. Push the button and open the door. Well, so far so good. Not exactly a...
Captain, Transuli signatures are most concentrated here.
Alright.
This looks like a prime detonation site, Captain. We'll get the weapon placed and ready to go. This won't take long. Who's on Overwatch while we deploy the bomb?
Decisions.
That'll be me. Get the weapon ready. I'll make sure you aren't interrupted.
Makes a certain amount of sense since, you know, these guys are bomb squad and FotR isn't. Oh, sure. Now I can examine these murals.
Look at this picture. There's a Vulcan in it. Mammals all look the same to me.
You would have thought
You know,
that would have been
they
obvious.
say the same about us, right?
Now,
I don't look anything like you. I'm actually good looking.
I have to admit, I still like those guys. Ah, here we go.
Status report, Captain. Have you breached the structure yet?
Oh, how about that? There was an accolade associated
Yes,
with
sir.
that.
We found something interesting as well. Transmitting data now.
Starfleet. Interesting. Your scans indicate that image is centuries old. More Federation time travel nonsense, perhaps.
Yeah, am I right there with you, Admiral?
We don't have time for archaeology.
Alright. Let's deal with the important stuff.
Is that the door
Oh, look.
closing? Hey! We're still in here! Captain!
That's a problem. Okay, so it's just me versus a potentially endless horde of aliens. Nothing to worry about. I gotta admit though, I do love the weaponry.
Placement complete. Priming for detonation. Now.
Certainly a lot of these guys. Oh, and more by all the time. Let's see, I still have about a minute to go before I don't have to worry about, well, I might still have to worry about these guys. It occurs to me that I'm probably moving too far up at this point.
Bomb squad reporting. Need to stabilize the proto matrix here.
Of course you do. That didn't do nearly as well as the previous shots. I think that better back up a bit. Oh, Draconian leader. No wonder this guy's tougher. Alright, you spear throwers. Okay, it looks like I gotta move up anyway, because these guys are doing pretty well with their range.
The bomb's ready, but we're stuck in here. Transporters can't lock on.
That is a problem. This might be the last one. Okay, so we have good news and bad news. Good news is the attackers are done.
Reading a large number of life signs massing near your location, Captain. A large assault is imminent. Is the weapon ready to deploy?
In moments, sir, but my men are still trapped in the structure. Transporters can't lock onto their signals.
And that would be the bad news.
Unfortunate, but we don't have time to extract them. We've received a priority assignment from the Autarch himself. We must depart at once. Prepare for transport.
Sir, give us a little more time. Beam an engineering team down. We can break into the structure with explosives.
See, a nice rational response. But
You have your orders, Captain. Your men are acceptable losses, as are you. Would you like to join them?
No, sir. I would not.
yeah, one could easily see why Nethpar might be a little disenchanted with command. And then the loading screen just painfully goes forward.
I left those men to die. And for what? So the Admiral could reach his next genocide on time. It was madness.
So there were no evacuation plans? No rescue efforts?
None. The Autarch's orders were quite clear on those matters. And the Admiral was all too willing to execute those orders. When we reached the Atosi system, it had become clear. Our crusade was not a just one.
Atosi Prime, long-distance scans suggested the presence of Transuli infestation, but we'll need to be certain. Standard operating procedure, Captain. Begin by conducting a scan of the planet.
Yes, sir. Let's hope this was a false alarm.
Let's see if I have any better control over my weapons this time. No, I think that's a friendly.
This is Counselor Halatunum. I speak for the Atosi people. We know of you, Zenkethi, and your purpose here. If you scan our planet, you'll discover that it is free of the bioform objects you seek to destroy. A scan of our moon will reveal the presence of those objects in totality. When we heard the fate of other worlds like ours, we collected the objects and placed them there for you.
Oh, that was actually pretty smart.
Scour the moon as you will. It is devoid of life. Atosi Prime, however, is not. Over 4 billion souls dwell here. In their name, I ask you now, spare our world. Spare our lives.
That sounds pretty reasonable to me. Who wants to lay any bets that the Admiral will see things differently?
Captain, confirm the Councilor's story. Scan both planet and moon. Verify the location of the Transuli eggs. We've been lied to before, and at great cost. I won't be deceived here today.
Sounds like a plan, Admiral. Checking out the planet first.
No signs of infestation, Captain. Shall we scan the moon next?
Yes. Helm, set a course for the Atosi moon.
Decent maneuverability. And scanning.
Captain, I'm reading a large concentration of Transuli eggs on the Atosi moon.
Very well. Prepare the torpedo launcher.
And
As you can
bang.
see, we have been truthful.
That'll take care of those pesky eggs.
Captain, return to the planet and conduct a deep scan. I want to be absolutely certain there is no remaining infestation within this system.
As you wish, Admiral.
You can already tell he's looking for the excuse, can't you? Alright. Deep scan the planet.
Report, Captain. I'm picking up low-level signs of infestation across the planet. Are you as well?
Oops.
Negative, Admiral. I believe the Atosi were being truthful here. There's no sign of Dransuli infestation on our sensors.
Oh, this just gets worse and worse.
It could be residual traces left behind when they move the eggs. Or it could be shielded pockets of infestation. Another crude attempt to deceive us. We must be certain, Captain. Prepare to scour Atosi Prime.
Yeah, he was looking for the excuse, wasn't
Sir,
he?
with all due respect, Atosi Prime is not a threat to us. There's no need for this.
There is every need, Captain. Since you appear to be incapable of following my orders, I will deal with Atosi Prime myself. Tactical, prepare to fire a protomatter torpedo at Atosi Prime.
Admiral, no. Don't do this, sir.
No, we're not a threat. We're not.
Well, it's not too hard to see what happened here. Clearly we didn't shoot him enough.
No more after that. I could no longer walk upon the path of madness. My crew felt the same. Together, we began to walk a new path.
It is done. In light of your service to the Autarch and the Coalition, I will not have you shot for treason. If it were anyone else, be warned. The next time you see fit to walk the path of disobedience, I will not stay my hand. I'll see to it that your entire lineage is purged from existence to the last scale and egg. Do I make myself clear, Captain?
Yep, looks crystal to me.
Yes, you do, sir. Helm, get us out of here.
That went well. Not. Captain?
Admiral Zen Tarak has a lot to answer for. We can only hope the Zenkethi Crusade has come to an end at last and that nothing like this ever happens again.
I think it's mostly come to an end in part because of our fight around DS9 and because, well, the Herc are here. Death Bar?
That path, that choice, led me to where we are now. Walking it ultimately gave me the strength to stand against the Admiral and defect to the Alliance. I think we can both agree that journey has reached its end. From this point forward, I begin to walk along the path of atonement. That journey will never end for me, but I will help as many as I can with every step I take.
It's a good path to walk.
Thank you. I hope your superiors have the same opinion as well. As long as the Autarch lives, he will continue to pursue his insane crusade. I believe I can be of use to the Alliance when the time comes to stop him, once and for all.
You know, the more I think about it, the more I think that may have been a loose end. I'm not sure we ever encountered the Autarch, so technically speaking, this may still be a problem.
Their decision until our paths merge once more.
All right. With that, we officially end the New Frontiers arc. I know technically we did all the heavy lifting last week, but this was sort of along the lines of the resolution phase.
Captain Parr's journey has been perilous. To have the courage to do what is right against all odds is quite admirable. The Autarch is dedicated to wiping out every last threat to the Zenkethi by any means necessary. They are weakened, but not defeated. We shall be watching them closely. Ah, yes. I see that Alliance officials will be reviewing Captain Parr's request for asylum soon. The help she's given us, and your report, will go a long way toward approving that request.
Alright, as previously mentioned, we're going to grab that Draconian ceremonial polearm because, hey, that's kind of neat. So, going through our list of episodes, we have completed the New Frontiers arc, and now we're going to have almost a rerun of something I did last year, which is basically the Gamma Quadrant arc. Of course, at that point in time, I was doing it from the point of view of a Jem'Hadar soldier. This time, we're going to be doing it from the point of view of the people who actually live in this quadrant. So, without further ado, let's have at it.
The Alliance has agreed to a summit meeting with the Dominion to discuss the return of the Herc and what can be done to prevent their aggression from devastating all 4 galactic quadrants. Despite recent events, we've agreed to host the summit at Deep Space Nine. None of the galactic powers are comfortable hosting a Dominion fleet deep within their territory. Meet with me at DS9 prior to the beginning of the summit. I'd like to discuss our options.
The Dominion left some serious scars on the entire half of the galaxy here. Usual trifecta: experience, expertise, and dilithium, plus a heap of tetrasil whites that, well, actually we do have somebody who can use it. Of course, as I recall correctly, the Jem'Hadar bridge officers never seem to actually use it. Also, we have a plasma cutter. It's a ground weapon, so it's actually usable. I do believe this is kind of a different kind of flamethrower. Interesting. Or Polaron weapons. Now we should be by DS. I guess we're not by near as. I thought we'd be right next to DS9 closing that episode, but apparently not close enough. But that's an easy fix because we didn't crop off too far. Now, last week, former security chief Odo returned from the Great Lake to aid us in our time of need. Well, DS9 still looks like hell. We've entered the Denorius belt, Admiral. I'm reading several civilian vessels on sensors in addition to the flagships of the summit attendees. And look at all that. We got the Enterprise, the Grand Nagus, let's see, CUV Tane, that's Cardassian, the Lassette, the Fortescue. I think that's pretty much everybody. The station is still damaged from the recent attack, but it appears that critical system repairs are complete. Their damage control shifts must be working double shifts. Take us in.
Please, we're low on fuel and supplies. We need help badly.
Oh, I think we can probably help out if we can.
Come on. The High Council has announced several challenges to the Empire, worthy of a warrior
This is
such
Station
as
Control.
yourself.
Welcome to Deep Space
Would you
9.
like to review
Your docking
them?
clearance has been authorized. Several of our docking facilities were damaged in the recent conflict. Please proceed to the provided coordinates.
Sounds like that we have a little bit of a text and voice mismatch with the Klingon commentary.
Also, Captain Nog is waiting to meet with you on the promenade at your earliest convenience. Enjoy your stay here at the station.
And the away team will be standing by while you attend the summit, Admiral. Are you ready to beam over? Yes, I am. And it looks like I'll be able to send my team in as before. So, for those who have not followed for any real length of time, let us introduce my bridge crew. Marcel, Shayla, Varara Talon, and no! And yes, I do it that way every week. You'll just have to struggle through it. Loading screen goes pretty quick this time. That's always good. And there it is, Captain Nog.
Nice to be working with you again. I've been assigned to assist you here on the station.
The leaders of the 4 major delegations have asked to meet with you prior to the summit meeting. Their offices are located here on the promenade.
Sounds good. Good to see you again after the Iconian War. Let's go with whoever is first on the list here.
Ambassador Odo is here, coordinating security efforts.
Well, he's the one who basically saved our hives, so we might as well say hello. And is that? Yes, it is. Our good buddy Wayun. We met him before during a mission that isn't in the main episode scene anymore. I'm still bitter about that.
I'll be blunt. The Herc have decimated most of the Dominion. All but one fleet gone. It's all the Jem'Hadar can do to keep our remaining worlds from being laid waste. There is no diplomacy with the Herc. We don't know why they're attacking. We're not even sure where they're coming from. I'm sure there are those in the Republic who would be content to let the Herc destroy us. But where do you think they'll turn once they're finished?
I'm just trying to deal with the idea that Galactic Empire, for lack of a better phrase, such as the Dominion, has been virtually wiped out. That is worrisome on so many levels. Let's go to the other side of the area I came in.
Admiral Quinn's office is behind those doors.
Oh, let's talk with the mighty Quinn. And it's Captain Sean of the Enterprise.
The results of this summit could have long-lasting effects. A number of our allies, especially the Klingons, consider the Herc to be a Dominion problem.
Really?
The Federation sees this as a chance to improve relations with the Dominion. Having allies in the Gamma Quadrant instead of enemies would be a great step toward galactic peace.
I would have thought that the Klingons would be all hot to wipe them out. I mean, they are supposed to be their ancient enemies, right? But it seems like that's not the case.
Here is Proconsul Deton's office.
With the Omega Force? Guess so. Proconsul?
This
and Obisek is with
may
them,
be difficult.
and
While the Federation may see a path toward peace, I suspect the Klingons will feel the opposite. There is no love lost between them and the Dominion, or the Herc for that matter. The Republic position is one of pragmatism. A weakened Dominion will be easier to deal with, and the Herc are a threat no one can ignore.
Ooh, cold-blooded, Titan. Cold-blooded. And who we got over here? Roxy. I don't think she has anything to do with the thing going on here. That's all Omega Force reputation stuff. And I'm pretty sure that Devak is the same way.
The Horde won't negotiate, and they won't. It is good to see.
It must hurt to have to share space with these guys. And that leaves...
Chancellor Jempok has an office here.
I'm going to presume it's in this one as opposed to the device store. Jempok along with Martok and Lady Sorrello's with them. Interesting. Not who I would have predicted.
This summit may not end well. Most of the High Council sees the Herc as a Dominion problem. They are content to let them fight to the end and deal with any survivors. But there are others, such as Martok, who see that position as dishonorable. If they want to fight the war of their ancestors, so be it. But they will be doing so without the Empire. The same could be said for your Republic, should they choose to aid the Dominion.
In other words,
there are several Alpha Quadrant
just
leaders
avow
here
any
for the
knowledge of
summit.
our actions.
Kai Kira of Bajor, Counselor Garrick of Cardassia, and my father, Ferengi Grand Nagus Ron. I recommend meeting with them as well. Their worlds will be on the front line if the Herc launch a full invasion into this quadrant.
And by all means, let's have a chat. Oh, look. We have a refugee from the Dominion. Let's speak with him.
Nice to see some fighters around here. You're here to fight the Herc, aren't you? Someone has to, before they eat everything in existence. Some of the other Gamma refugees will moan and groan about this part of space, but I like the Alpha Quadrant. Bajorans are processing iridium ore here again, and there's good, honest work for people willing to do it, like me. Most of the Bajorans won't go near the processing areas. Too many bad memories about how the Cardassians ran them, I guess. That's good and well, just means more work for me. Beats working for the Dominion, I can tell you that much. I might never go back.
That bodes interestingly. Let's put it that way.
It looks like Counselor Garrick is in his old tailor shop.
Alright, Rugen Skill is someone who used to be a lot more prominent than he is now. Until they got Garrick into the game, he was pretty much the contact of choice for the Cardassians. But you know, when you get a voice actor like Andrew Robinson, I think it is, when you get him to reprise his role, you want to have him reprise it in as many places as possible. So, old Rugen got shoved off to the side, and Elam Garrick took over.
Hello there. I take it you're not here to update your ensemble, though if you'd like a few suggestions, I'd be happy to provide some. In the meantime, let's talk about serious business, shall we? I'm sure you'd like to know Cardassia's position on the Herc problem. It's simple, really. They're a menace, and one we should deal with swiftly. Surprised? Don't be. Cardassia was recently attacked by the Herc. We'd have fared poorly without help from our neighbors. Even the Lucari and the Ferengi offered a hand. I trust this lesson isn't lost on you. If we stand alone, we're doomed.
Nalk said this used to be your store? Seriously?
Once upon a time, when I was but a tailor. That was before plain, simple Garrick became a member of the Detapa Council, of course. Before the Reconstruction and the Iconian War and the Herc. While I'm proud of the work I've done for Cardassia over the years, there's a part of me that yearns to be here once more. To be just a tailor, just Garrick.
I get that. I'd have loved to stay a colonist on Virinat, but that's not the way it worked out.
Will there be anything else?
Hop around here.
My father is in my uncle's bar. Hard to believe he used to work there, huh?
We'll hit that last.
I believe the Kai is here, in the Bajoran temple.
And there she is, Kai Kira Nerys. This isn't really what you would have expected off her career path, but she's always had a pretty deep faith in the prophets. The fact that she went into religion is not the surprise. The fact that she was able to get elected Kai, that's the surprise.
Hello there. I suppose Datan sent you down to see where Bajor stands. I can tell you we're worried. The Herc were a few ships away from ravaging our homeworld, and if the Dominion falls, they'll be back, and we'll be the first to face them, so Bajor stands ready. We'll do what we can to stop the Herc, even if that means joining forces with the Dominion.
Your history? I'm kind of surprised.
There's something else I should mention. I've experienced visions recently, a sign from the prophets. I see a place I've been before, a world beyond the grip of death. It's the home of a former Kai, and it's in the Dominion. I should also mention that I've seen you in this vision as well. I believe we're going to take a journey together soon.
Hey, but shouldn't you still be here?
As Kai, I'm obligated to serve the will of the prophets. Doing so leads me to many places, not just Bajor. That can be difficult, especially in times of war. There's been a lot of that in the last few years. First the Dominion, then the Klingons, the Iconians, and now the Herc. There are times when I wonder how Ben Sisko managed during the Dominion War, and he was the emissary. I've tried to follow his example whenever possible, but it's been a challenge.
I have no doubt of that.
Something else on your mind?
Not at the moment. Okay, let's see, the Grand Nagus. He really your dad? And he's got a Vagoran woman as his wife.
I was wondering when you'd come along. I'm guessing you're here to talk about the Herc and what we want to do about them. It's no secret that the Ferengi aren't a military powerhouse like the Klingons. Most of the time, we'd be happy to make a tiny profit from all of this, and as far away from it as possible. That changed when the Herc attacked Ferenginar.
Boy, they seem to have been busy, haven't they? Herc have been hitting all over.
We would have been wiped out without help. And we didn't get it from Starfleet or the Klingons. We got it from the Lucari and the Cardassians. Even a few not cool ships showed up to fight. That showed us that this is everyone's fight, big or small. So we're in. And if the 34th rule of acquisition comes into play, well...
Somehow, if I'm willing to bet that war is good for business. I can't prove it because I don't have a set of rules of acquisitions in front of me, but I'm willing to bet.
It wasn't easy, believe me. I've managed to get the board of liquidators with us for now. Most of them see the potential for incredible profit. Alliance defense contracts can be very lucrative. The rest? Let's just say their self-preservation instincts are strong. They'd rather fight with the Alliance than stand alone. The Herc have me thinking about adding a new rule of acquisition. If they can't be bought, get ready to fight!
Well, you know, I can see the pluses and minuses for that kind of rule.
Did you have another question?
No, that pretty much covers it.
The Alliance has asked a number of special consultants to attend the summit. I know each of them well, and I can vouch for their knowledge and skill. Even my Uncle Quark. Despite his reputation, his knowledge of the Gamma Quadrant is valuable. Just don't mention Latinum in the discussion, or the value of his information could rise considerably.
Alright. Okay, well, since we're here, we'll talk to Lita first. That's where I've seen you before.
Hello. Oh, it's been a while since I've been in this place. I can't believe Quark still has that hollow me in here. It's a little embarrassing, to be honest. I wish we were all here under better circumstances. Then again, DS9's always been a trouble magnet. I guess peace is a little too much to ask for around here. My husband is risking a lot of capital, political and otherwise, by choosing to get involved with all of this. Fortunately, he's the best Grand Nagus to come around in a long time. The best ever, as far as I'm concerned, but I'm pretty biased on that point. Look, if I were this mirror version of me I've been hearing so much about, I'd have a lot more tactical advice to offer. As it is,
yeah,
my advice
about
to
that.
you is this. Take a look around. Think about all the civilians, the refugees, people who are depending on you to protect them. Think about the best way you can do that, if you can. That's what I'd do if I were in your shoes. Boots, whatever.
Yeah, you do know that your mirror version tried to kill me on any number of occasions, right?
Yeah, in that alternate universe where good people are evil and vice versa, turns out the evil version of me is an admiral there. Real piece of work. Wears lots of leather, carries a whip. Oh, and she's in command of the evil Enterprise. I found out about her from my husband's information gathering specialists. Never hurts to be well informed, right? Rule of acquisition number 7. Keep your ears open and your eyes on the mark.
Well, someone's assimilated well with her new environment.
Was there something else?
Nope, that'll do it. Now, Quark. Let's see, what do you have to tell us?
Don't suppose you're here for a drink? Holosuite? Dabo? Can't blame me for trying to find profit while I can.
Oh, I can. I
My
remember
fool
the
of a
pain you were
brother
when I was here
Nagus
last time.
seems hell-bent on getting the Ferengi into this mess. Not a lot of profit in fighting the Herc, 34th rule or not. You can't spend your money when you're dead. If you ask me, we'd be better off sealing that wormhole and saying goodbye to the Herc and the Dominion forever. I'd miss the Tullaberry wine, but I'd get over it. But seeing how
We
that
got Herc
never
here
happened,
too, you know?
especially as long as Kira's still breathing, I suppose I'll have to dig in like everyone else. You know what the worst part of this mess is? Odo. He's back like a kind of ghost haunting me. I must be cursed.
Yeah, Quark and Odo have a long storied history. I think you'll manage.
Can I get you something?
Nah, that'll do it. I really don't care about your moon. Now, what is this other consultant? Why, yes, it's Dr. Julian Bashir.
Ah, you must be Proconsul Datan's attaché. Nice to meet you. Dr. Julian Bashir, recently recommissioned Starfleet officer, at your service. We're doing what we can to get things in order after that business with the Zenkethi and the Herc. The station took quite a beating. Worse than I saw during the Dominion War. We're still treating casualties, and it looks like we'll be seeing more soon. A lot more.
That's a good possibility.
The situation is compounded by the presence of civilians, both local and from other systems, even the Dominion. We have a number of refugees from the Gamma Quadrant on the station, and more are on the way. Clearly, the sooner we can solve the Herc dilemma, the better. We'll be beyond our capacity to help the refugees soon, as will Bajor.
Talked about being recently recommissioned.
I mustered out some time ago to start a private practice on Trill. Since then, I've worked on special projects for Starfleet from time to time as a consultant. Even managed to start a family. Needless to say, I wasn't initially thrilled with the idea of putting the uniform on again. Still, it's very hard to say no to Kai Kira and Captain Dax. And so here I am, back on the front of an interstellar conflict. Here's hoping it's a brief one. Something on your mind?
I can't argue with that logic.
There's a number of refugee groups here on the promenade.
Yeah, we spoke with one of them already. But we've got others, like this one.
It must be a surprise seeing Koremans here on a Federation station. Let that sink in for a minute. It's so bad in the Dominion that its citizens are looking for safe haven with their former enemies.
I don't know that the Koremans were really ever our enemies. They were more along the lines of bystanders, because all the fighting was being done by the Jem'Hadar and Vorta overseers. Herc aren't our only problem. When the invasion started, it was like the Founders forgot about us. No Jem'Hadar came to our rescue, no Vorta with words of comfort or relief. Nothing. There's even talk about rebellion and leaving the Dominion altogether.
We were the lucky ones. We got out early.
I don't know why she didn't talk that
rumors about
paragraph.
a blockade, keeping the rest of us from leaving the homeworld. It might be true. I haven't seen any more Koremans arrive here for a while now. Oh, please. The Founders have forsaken us. Don't let the Alliance turn their backs on us, too.
We'll do what we can. And another refugee.
We're lucky to be alive, friend. There was little warning before the Herc attacked our homeworld. We sent a call to the Founders, but no Jem'Hadar ships came. Our local defense force didn't last long. A few of us managed to get away on ships before the Herc closed in. Word of the Bajorans and their faith reached us after the war ended. Their stories about one of their spiritual leaders. She came to the worst of us on our prison moon to bring the wisdom of the prophets. So, when the Herc came, we decided to come here through the celestial temple.
There's no foreshadowing going on at all here. Really.
If the Founders won't listen to us, perhaps Kai Kira and the prophets will.
Sure, she'll help out if she can help.
The summit will begin soon. Transmit your report to me for review.
Here's what I got.
The Federation and Klingon positions are not surprising, but the Ferengi and Cardassian positions certainly are. Both species have a notorious reputation for self-preservation, after all. Fascinating. I empathize with the Gamma refugees, but the logistics of offering them assistance will be challenging. We'll need to work with Starfleet and the Bajorans to reach a satisfactory outcome. Report to me in the conference room when you arrive.
Hey, we gotta help them. I mean, where would we be if people didn't help us? Okay, I'm right here. Okay, I'm not there. Oh, okay. Conference room, not his office. So let's go to the conference room. Boy, am I glad I looked at the mini-map. And here it is, with all the bigwigs in attendance. Pro Consul? Oh, hi Kumarti.
Impressive. Everyone is here and no one started shooting. Not even the Klingons. This could go better than I expected. Take a moment to relax. Speak with the others. Things will be serious soon enough.
Yeah, it occurs to me that the last major conference I was at, Nakul came and started shooting people.
I'm glad you're here. I've been feeling conflicted lately. All the worlds we saved from the Zenkethi were also home to thousands of dormant Herc. By saving those planets, we also saved a great number of enemies. Those very enemies have since attacked a number of worlds, including my own.
I think we've saved more lives than we've lost so far. Hopefully this is a problem that we can solve.
You're right, of course. If only there'd been another way to resolve things. If the Zenkethi would have listened to reason.
Ha!
I suppose
Speaking
we
to the choir.
should place our hope in working together to stop the Herc. I can't help but think there's a path to peaceful resolution in all of this. There's got to be some way to end this madness before more lives are lost.
I would really, 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 really like for that to be. Historically speaking, though, things have never gone all that smoothly. Oh, Kaikira wants to talk.
Hello again. I spoke with Odo about the vision we discussed. He's agreed to clear a mission to the old sector. Opaka, the former Kai I mentioned, lives there now.
This involves your visions, doesn't it?
I believe so, yes. The Kai has a condition that has prevented her from leaving until now. Odo has provided us with data that could lead to a cure. If there's a chance, I'm willing to take it. Her wisdom could help us all greatly. I realize this is a lot to take in, but I hope I can count on your help when the time comes.
Presuming we haven't been blown up by then, and, you know, I'm not being weird to do something else. Sure. Wei Yun, you weasel.
It is agreeable to see you once more, especially outside the confines of a Starfleet prison facility.
Yeah, he remembers that
Glad we had a moment
trip.
to talk before the summit begins. If I may be so bold, I hope that you have conveyed a need for cooperation with the Dominion to your superiors. The support of the Republic would be greatly appreciated by the Founders, I'm sure.
I'm sure. Notice I didn't have to be too committal on that, but we know how it's probably going to end. General.
Even a Romulan can see the need to fight the Herc, but that lesson seems to have been lost on Jempak. He's not willing to face the truth. There are Klingons who fear the Herc.
I feel like the
hiding
Republic just
behind
got
politics
dissed.
and rules. Grethar waits for their worthless souls. Know this. There are still Klingons who know where their blades belong. We will not dishonor our ancestors and ignore the Herc. We will fight them to our dying breath in the name of Kahless and the Empire.
I have always liked Martok. Well, except for the period of time where he was being impersonated by a changeling. We didn't know that at the time, so... But ever since the real one came around...
Everyone's attention?
Big fan.
Thank you. Let's begin the summit. We have a lot to discuss.
Here we
Thank you
go.
all for coming. By now, you should be aware of our tactical situation. The Dominion, as you know it, is on the verge of collapse. We've withdrawn to our core systems, and the lines are holding, for now. Without your help, the Herc will win the war of attrition.
What about your outer systems? We're receiving refugees here, from those areas.
We have one fleet left, Admiral. That's hardly enough to defend the entire Dominion.
I'm failing to see how this concerns the Empire.
The recent battle here is a sample of what the Herc can do.
If you think they'll stop at the wormhole, you're sadly mistaken.
Need I remind you that the Dominion came to your aid in the Iconian War? I seem to recall Klingons placing high value on debts of honor. Or has that changed?
Stab!
Mind your tongue, changeling! I will not be insulted!
That can't be good.
Admiral Quinn to Ops. What's happening?
We're under attack, Admiral. It's the Herc.
No kidding.
Breeding Herc work parties. Multiple decks. They've concentrated in the damaged pylon. Ore processing area.
That's bad. That's real bad.
Go to the damaged pylon section and secure it before the Herc trigger an explosion that could wreck the station.
Alright, Bro Consul. Bridge crew, I hope you're waiting for me because I'm gonna need you there. And just like that, here we are. Let's equip the flamethrower. Best way to deal with bugs. No bugs yet, though. But I shouldn't fool myself, they're here. Oh, there we are. Handsome guy, ain't he? Oh. And apparently there's more than one. Alright. Time for some usual violence, really. Let's get some weapons set up here because... Oh, and I'm already tossing off the storage units. So we got some that are kind of hominid, and we got some that are, well, bugs. Okay, swap up the fusion weapons. Now, I'm going to take a moment to say that this mission has all sorts of ugliness when it comes to pathing.
Bad news. The hangar security shield is on the verge of collapse. If it drops, you'll get pulled out into space, so let's make sure that doesn't happen. You need to stabilize the power relays and recalibrate the shields. There are consoles near your position you can use to do this.
Okay, well, that sounds like a horrible thing. Where do we need to go? Up. I think the direction we have to go is up. Oh, and it says it right here. Go upstairs. Duh. Pay attention. But like I said, the pathing in this mission art is horrible, and that'll become more apparent as we get further along here. So far, so good. Everyone's still standing. Stabilize those relays. Oh, thank heavens. That fog was making life a little rough. Recalibrate the shields. So that hopefully we will not be sucked out into space. There we go.
Work, but it's not over yet. The Herc have moved into the ore processing area above your position. There's a lot of unstable uridium ore in there. If they damage it, it could ignite and set off a chain reaction that could destroy the pylon. You'll need to make your way up there to secure the area and restart the safety systems there.
Yeah, the pylons are barely hanging on as it is, if I recall correctly. Okay, more stairs. And I am going the wrong way. Oh, there we are. Make sure everyone's behind me. Good.
Looks like the access system in this section was reset. You'll need to rotate the central column and extend the bridges in order to reach the next section.
Yeah, this is where the pathing issue starts coming into play. Got something over here. Extend the walkways. Alright. Now for the fun part. Let's see how many of my officers will make it through the door here. 2 of them. Thank God for the regroup bridge officer button. I don't know why I never noticed that before. Of course, I can't recall if this mission came in before that regroup button came in. But I'm glad it's there, because that makes the little irritations of pathing a little more bearable. At least it makes it bearable when it works. And it does seem to be working here. Okay, retract walkways. Rotate. Re-extend. And come on through.
Okay, you're almost in the clear. The safety systems for the area are currently offline. You'll need to restore power to that section and reinitialize the safety systems to get everything back online.
Well, let's see what we can do. Restore the safety systems. Reinitialize. Looks like we might be clear of the bad guys.
Alright, the safety systems are reinitializing. They should be up and running in a few minutes.
Why do I keep
Nice
taunting
work.
Fate like this?
Hold on. I'm picking up multiple Herc life signs in your area. They're converging on your position. I need you to defend that section from the Herc until the system comes online again. If they get in before that happens, they could knock it offline again, or worse.
So we've got 2 minutes of fighting to go through here. Up, and there we are. Let's go with the single target roasting. The wide angle ones tend to burn off a whole lot of the fuel here. And I can extend the useful lifespan of the flamethrower by single targeting it. Although it occurs to me that the smell of roasted bugs is pretty bad. Oh, not good. I am taking health damage. There we go. Okay, time to swap up to more traditional energy weapons. Now, why are those guys being affected by my, I'm the one, the good guys are supposed to be the ones affected by the enhancers. Okay, that's not good. Like, at all. Buff box. standing here, hopefully before I go down, because nope. Well, the good news is I got Shayla. But he's not going to stay up very long because there's one of her and a zillion of them. The good news, though, is now it's just defeat remaining Herc. Why don't we just make them come to us through this nice narrow corridor? Let's make it a kill box here. I kind of wish I had mines now all of a sudden. The one time where mines would actually come in handy. Don't seem to have gotten them all, though. That's right, come this way. Walk this way. Any more, you guys? There you are. Excuse me while I dry roast you. Oh, thank you for covering my back, guys. That did it. The Herc won't be getting in there anytime soon. Damage control teams are on the way. Excellent. Admiral, DS9 Command has requested the aid of all available ships in the sector. The station and a number of civilian vessels are under heavy attack, and we need you on the bridge. Transporters are standing by. We're ready to beam you back on your command. So it's time to get back into my ship. And if I'm really lucky,
the Herc are attacking the station.
I might be able to take advantage of these two endeavors.
I've sent ships to assist them, but I'm concerned our forces are spread too thin. I'd like you to work with those ships to protect the civilians while the rest of us defend the station. First, Dukan Rex will accompany you as a combat escort.
Oh, good.
Starfleet vessels, this is Quinn. Protect civilian targets.
Not technically part of Starfleet, but we are kind of aligned with Starfleet, at least I am, so... Let's go say hello to the bad guys. Oh, what the heck? Somewhere along the line I seem to have lost the, Oh, it must have been when I had that overlay for the Getty ship. Did weird things. And we have an awful lot going on here. So I have not taken any damage whatsoever. What do you know? Like the one time I want to be taking shield damage, the time I'm not taking any. Ah well, story of my life. Okay, there we go. Start kicking off on that. I've mentioned in previous streams that the big ship battles were becoming more and more prevalent. And here's yet another example of such. Now that said, the DS9 series was pretty heavy on the whole big space battle thing during the Dominion War. So it does feel appropriate in this particular case that yes, we are getting ready to encounter a lot of ship battles here. Well, the good news is I'm now taking my damage here. The bad news is I'm taking the damage here. No anomalies. I was hoping there would be something to harvest here, but I guess I was asking too much. That's okay. The shield healing is the big one. And I should be getting that now. Okay, we got Bajoran freighters to help at this point, and I'm not really sure where they're at, honestly. I'm going to assume they're over here because, you know, yep, there we are. Because that's where all the bad guy ships were, so naturally it made sense that that's where they'd be. If I look hard enough, I can find a control mission that'll have an anomaly scanning space. I mean, I just hate the idea of missing out on a fairly easy effort. Obviously, I'm not one of the boss ships, but so far, so good. We're not having our butts kicked today. It helps that there's a whole lot of other ships to help take some of that damage from them. It also helps that, you know, how many of your captain who has a wide variety of helpful healing abilities, like miraculous repair. I even used the proper terminology this time. Fall down. Okay, not many more ships to worry about.
Nice work, but I'm afraid there's bad news.
Why do I keep tempting fate like that?
The station's weapon systems are offline. We need a few minutes to get them up and running. Until then, we're a sitting duck over here. I've asked every ship in the sector to regroup and prepare for battle. Let's hope it's...
We'll buy you the time. 3 minutes worth of it, and whoa! Yeah, that's gonna be fun. More reinforcements. Let's get some Delta allies here. I adore the Klingon mindset sometimes. I mean, yeah, being peaceful and all that. Not really into the big conflict thing, but if conflict has to happen, they are the guys you want on your side. Corin. No, that's Sorella, I think.
System online in
60 seconds? I'm going to assume that everything works out fine there, because 60 seconds is an awful long time.
Don't let the friggin' swarms get
Okay, we've got some other guys who like to use those frontal shields.
just a few more.
Don't tell me about a few more seconds. Make it happen. I mean, there's only 50 billion of these swarmers around. Not counting all the buddies they've got.
Threat systems online. Target the hurricane. Open fire.
Oh, finally, some good news. Come on, let's shake up that assembly ship. Okay, that didn't work as nearly as well as I'd hoped. Well, with enough torpedoes. Enough torpedoes aren't doing anything. That's really annoying. Come on and explode. You know, I spent all that time doing that big ship. There's still plenty of other targets out. Okay, let's get some more reinforcements in here. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to spend some time away and float. Try to repair some damage before we get into the thick of it. And this is why it's good to be a Rodman. Battle cloaks. Come on, come on. Give me one more engineering team hit. Good enough. Let's get ready to take him to the cleaners. Systems armed. And go. Ouch, I just bounced off a pylon. Continuing to take advantage of the fact that I can cloak and you can't. Zipping all around DS9 here is kind of a cool thing to think about. The zipping along pylons, central core, and up and around. When you think about it, it's pretty cool. Up one of those big assembly ships are still out there. Might as well try to take advantage of the fact that I can hit them. Anytime you can take out one of the big ships is a plus. You know what? I think we might almost be clear. I can stop taunting fate like that, but still. Not seeing too many more targets on the list, and there we go.
That was the last of them. We're not picking up any Herc ships on long-range sensors, for now, at least. I think it's clear that the Dominion is prepared to work with you to stop the enemy. I hope the Republic is ready to do the same.
It appears we're committed, but, you know, that's the Tan's call.
In the meantime, our fleet will do what it can to keep the Herc on our side of the wormhole. Tell Detan not to wait too long to make a decision. The Republic won't be out of the Herc's reach for long.
I'll pass it along. All decks have reported in. We're ready to depart. Although obviously it may not be for long. Let's see what Detan has to say.
The Herc threat is real, and we can't afford to let it expand to the Republic. There will be resistance to getting involved, but letting the Herc destroy the Gamma Quadrant is not a logical option. We must
he's channeling his mentor again.
In the meantime, I have received a curious request from Kai Kira of Bajor.
Yeah.
She is leading a mission to the Ennis system, and she has asked for your assistance. Provide it. I'm interested in seeing where this leads.
In the meantime, We can collect my rewards, and we are grabbing the plasma cutter. Let's take a look to see how it compares with the flamethrower. Not as much plasma damage. I don't know. You know what though? I'm gonna compromise. You've got Varsal, who's using protonic pulveron pistols. You've got Shayla, who's using the cryo beam. And No, who's using standard anti-proton. You know what? No is going to have a little more teeth. Now, I really want to get a hold of that space material thing, so we're going to hit a few systems here to see if there's a patrol I can do. Let's try Trivis first. I don't even know if I'll be able to, because I'm Ronlin Republic, but I'm also aligned with Starfleet, so that might make the difference. No patrol mission there. How about Goralis? I really just want to scan a harvestable, and I don't want to take forever to do it. Fly by here. Nope. It's frustrating. I may be stuck. There we go. Patrol system here. There's got to be a harvestable here somewhere. I haven't had a chance to indulge in hunting for shinies for a while now. Of course, I also thought at the time that I might be getting, I don't know, more harvestables available in the missions. It seems that a lot of the later missions don't seem to have as many. Even if this is a ground patrol, it'll still be useful. Captain, ship sensors are picking up the remains of a destroyed planet. Starfleet doesn't have any information of the planet in these coordinates. I recommend that we approach with caution and perform a sensor sweep in the area. We can do that. And there it is. Shiny, sweet, harvestable. And that is done. Let's open up the 2 Endeavor boxes we picked up. Starting with this one. Credits. It was a good amount of credits, but still credits. How about the other box? Credits and a quarter of a specialization point. That would be enough.
Congratulations, Admiral.
Excellent. Get me a new specialization point, so let's go and take care of that now before continuing this patrol. Oh right, I have 2 because I was waffling last time about where to put it. I'm still kind of waffling. Oh, you know what? Let's grab Eat My Dust here, because if an attacker fires on the rear arc of my ship, I get a stacking bonus to my defense. And the Herc are known to be going for the rear shield, so that actually makes sense. And that will also enable me to do... Oh, I can do the rock and roll, but I don't know if I really want to bother with that. Alternatively, I can do... Yeah, let's do rock and roll. Even if I don't think much of its ability at all, I'm still getting the benefit of having the bonus to my turn rate. And while I don't really need it with this ship, more ain't bad. Alright. Gather information on destroyed planet. So I guess I get to follow these big rocks. The debris is consistent with the planet, sir, and it looks like it broke up more than 1,000 years ago. Captain, I don't understand. USS Aquarius was in this system last month. If there was planetary debris here, they should have made a record of it. Sensors are picking up signs that point to a supernova event, but we need more data before I can determine what's going on here, sir. Yeah, that does sound kind of weird. I don't see how Aquarius could have blown that. Unless it was a temporal event. Ugh, please don't let it be a temporal event. Gathering more data. A lot of the early patrols were a lot like this, really. Go in, scan 5 items, go out. Occasionally it was blow up 5 things. Sometimes it was both. And that was both in space and on ground. This appears to be a relic of that sort of thing. Sir, I found 2 records that may solve the mystery of our planetary debris. One is a report filed by Lieutenant Jadzia Dax, 2371. In it, he reports that the USS Defiant discovered a planet in the Trialus system that exists in a dimension that intersects our own, and periodically shifted from that dimension to ours. The crew of the Defiant helped stabilize the planet's ships, but they couldn't keep it from slipping back into the other dimension. The other report is from the Bajoran Vedic Assembly. It records a prophecy of a world of wise men that was taken to live with the prophets. Once every 200 years, the prophecy says, these teachers would return to spread the word of the prophets. These 2 reports could be recording the same phenomenon, sir. A planet that was out of phase with our dimension, but appeared periodically. It fits the Bajoran prophecy. However, at some point, this planet was destroyed by a supernova, possibly in the other dimension. That's why we don't have any record of it. For the vast majority of the past 1,000 years, it hasn't been here in our dimension. I'll notify the Bajorans of our find, sir. They may want to send a team out of here before the world of their teachers slips away for another 200 years. So, you know, it was one of those quick and dirty kind of missions. Nothing major gained, but nothing really lost. Oh, but you get to report to Starfleet, and you do get a couple rewards for it. Get XP, get expertise. Not really much here, but then again, we didn't really do much. Okay, well. How do I want to do this? I don't believe I have time to start a new mission. Are there anything in the queues that are kind of being featured right now? Got a number of red alerts. Let's see if anybody's gotten involved with the red alerts here. There's a big red alert event going on. I always like attacking the board. So let's see if I can get picked up in one of those. Yeah, what they got going on right now is this event campaign. Although they don't have anything going on here. And it ends tomorrow, so, you know... Oh, there we go, task force assembled. It'll give me an ultimate tech upgrade. I really don't care about any of that. I just want to do something to help fill the time, and I think the red alerts are kind of interesting.
You will escort us to your homeworld, where we will begin assimilating your culture and technology.
Oh, that is so not going to happen. Okay, we've got 15 minutes to eliminate the Borg fleet. We're going to basically follow along with people and start blowing stuff up. Luckily, the Borg are nowhere near the threat they are in the movies or in the television shows. And I'm way too close to these guys. Let's see. already got people doing need on there, so my conscience is clear. Because if I want to get any of these, oh, I want to get anything out of these things. Oh, he's gone. One of the things that you'll notice here is that a lot of people have a huge amount of firepower to play with those ships, because they really...
Your defensive capabilities are unable to withstand us. Lower your shields and await assimilation.
really max out their abilities for their ships and all that. Oh, that's not good. Well, the good news is, well, there's not much in the way of good news here. I'm at 5% and I am not likely to make it this far. There we go. How about that? And we get the big boy in. Unimatrix. Now there's an accolade if you actually blow up all 10 of the Unimatrix starships. Just an interesting point of information. Unfortunately, these guys have a number of defenses that are useful. They have regeneration probes that can heal the ship, and they will occasionally throw out those plasma energy bolts, which are, well, if you ever saw the original Star Trek motion picture, you know what those energy bolts can do. And it looks like the regen's not really helping very much because these guys are tearing this guy apart. Hopefully I'm getting far enough away before that thing goes. Yeah, continue exploring because I want to figure out what mark I want to grab. So let's take a look at my reputations again. I don't think I need to put any new Romulus ones. I think we're safe there. Delta Alliance has a ways to go before it fills up their tier 4. But the Temporal Alliance does look like it's a lot closer. So why don't we do the Temporal guys? Temporal Defense Initiative. We are talking about temporal marks, right? Yes. How many marks will we get out of it? 35. Okay, well that still might be enough. This will earn us 5,000, and what's our status here? 55,000 out of 60,000. Yes, that will do it. That will get us what we want. I'm almost tempted to go to the Dyson Sphere. I don't know if I can get 30 FOTH ships there. Oh, well, I should leave the map first. And it'd be nice to, you know, grab this last one. Hey, why not try, right? Now, as I recall correctly, I could get these guys in the battle zone. So we'll go to this Undine battle zone. Because one of the big things here... Oh, perfect. That's exactly what I want to see. It is perfectly possible that I can rack up all 30 here in 3 minutes. Of course, it's also possible I'll get 0. So, you know, we try various things and see what happens. Well, it's a bad sign, because so far there's no targets I can get at. And 30 seconds have already rolled off. Four so far. It's not exactly a promising start. Five. Yeah, I have a sneaking feeling that I'm not going to hit this nearly as many as I was hoping here. Seven. I can't even see half my targets. Oh, that was not good. Still, it has to be said, I got those 7 a lot faster, I'm sure, than I would have gotten if I tried doing this on my own. I'm probably going to end up going to the other sphere space and pick off lone ships. Because after this 41 seconds is up, it'll be all in feet. And I really have no great desire to fight the Undead. They're not going to get me anything. Still 14 ships. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. Nope, that was all of them. Okay, let's get back to the corner pocket, so to speak. And we'll get out of the battle zone. And back to fighting Voth elsewhere. The goal is wiping out 16 more Voth ships. If I can do that, then I'll get the top Endeavor reward. And that will put me in a good place. No, I don't want to go to the ground battle zone. Okay, looks like I gotta do it the hard way. I have no idea if this will put me outside of the Dyson Sphere entirely. Yep. Solonate Dyson Sphere again. Speaking of horrible things, looks like someone's got their own little Tholian ship there. As I recall correctly, there's a number of Voth poking around the supply depot. I might be able to rack up a few kills there. Or I might be able to fix this bird of prey and cause something to aggro. Let's find out what happens. Nothing's going to happen because I can't actually interact with figures. Okay, that's not working out well. You know, you can never find a Voth medium. Maybe if I can pick up some of the little missions they have here. AFS Agra, please be advised that Containment Unit 006 has suffered a breach and is venting caustic gases into the area. It will eat through the hull of any unprepared ship and will eventually fall to the surface and begin compromising the structural integrity of the sphere. Yeah, that part I kind of doubt. It would be like putting a pin through a mountain. We appreciate any assistance you might be able to give us in clearing the area. I don't think this is going to be what I was hoping for. Yeah, I'm cleaning out clouds, but the clouds are not what I want to deal with. I want to deal with Voth. I might have to go to the other side of this area. Yeah, I got a little too close to the evil gas stuff that eats through the hull. That was my own fault. I wasn't paying attention. Yay, done. Okay, let's head towards the contested zone. I'm more likely to find targets there. Come on, I just need 16 Voth ships. Is that so hard? Is that so much to ask for? So far, the answer seems to be yes. Well, fine. If I can't do it one way, we'll do it the other way. I know I'll find Voth ships over out the other side here. Now, whether or not I can survive that, that's a different question. The fact that they have the contested area here shows that there they are. There they are. And there's a lot of them. I might have to pull out reinforcement cards. Yeah, that didn't take long. It'd be nice if the reinforcements would also give me bonuses to... Well, not bonuses exactly, but it would be nice if they allowed me to get credit for their kills. I don't know if that will or not. I'm not exactly optimistic, though. Let's see, he's healing in a bad way. Up to 16. Since I know I only blew up one ship, let's get number 17 here. 918. Oh, and we have some Jemadar here. Well, you know what? As long as I get credit for kills, I don't really mind help. 20. Oops. Wow, reinforcements decloaking. Hey, awesome. I just need to kill 8 more of them. I think seem to be a little cranky at the moment. There we go. That's what I was expecting. by. More reinforcements. Seven. Just a few short. Might as well grab the items here. Okay, looks like there's only one spot that's going to have any more guys showing up. Unless the bad guys send reinforcements quickly here, which I'm kind of doubting. Okay, one more tower. And honestly, I really don't care about the tower. Or want to help me join up? Want me to join, make missions faster and easier? Well, I'm going to be ending the stream shortly, so I'm just holding off to kill 3 more Voth ships so that I can get that last endeavor in. And then that'll probably be it for the night, because I'm usually wrapping up at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Yeah, I know, it's unfortunate. Unfortunately, gotta be able to get the proper amount of sleep so I can... nuts! The guys took out that tower. Okay, let me think. That just means there's going to be some overall control stuff happening. Come on, I just need 3 more Voth. Go make some food at 10 p.m. That sounds like a plan. Take it easy, killer. Thanks for stopping by. Somewhere, very soon, either one of these towers is going to fall down again, or the full control is going to come up, and we'll be able to... There's a skirmish thing somewhere here. You can notice these marks here. They have many missions here. That wasn't what I was hoping for, honestly. I was hoping that was going to spawn some in. That doesn't seem to have happened. Routing ships. Once they're in position, hunt down Voth ships, engage and destroy them. I love that idea. But the problem here is there's no Voth ships. Wish I'd known about that mission earlier. That would have been really handy. But it's like no matter where I go, the Voth aren't. And the things I do for 3 lousy Voth ships. Oh, what's this? What's this? Hostile targets. Only 2 of them, sadly, but you know what? I will take what I can get. $28. $29. $30. There we go. All right. I think it's time to bail out of the zone here. Let's open up that last Endeavor Award. Let's see what we got for all that effort. A reroll token. 100 marks of something. Oh, that'll be helpful. Another quarter specialization point. And credits and stuff. This worked out really well. So first things first. Specialization. Second, well, now we've got 100 points to play with. What looks good on reputation? Choices, choices, choices. I'm inclined to go with the Dyson's marks. Get them up to tier 4. So Dyson it is. It seems appropriate too, since, you know, we just went to the Dyson Sphere to get the stuff. This has a pretty good chance of having enough marks, possibly, to get me over the threshold. Possibly. And that is going to do it for this evening. We managed to get a bit done here tonight. We wrapped up the final mission for the New Frontier arc, where we basically stepped in the shoes of the Senkethi who turned against their command for very good moral reasons. And we had our introductory arc for the Gamma Quadrant arc, the Herc. Next week, we go into the Gamma Quadrant and make a lot of trouble. So, please join me again next week, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern to approximately 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern, where we will continue Tellel's adventures through Star Trek Online. If you are also interested in seeing another game, I stream Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern to 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern, where I play Star Citizen. So if you have any interest in seeing what that game is like, feel free to join me at that time. Thank you all for watching, whether you are watching live or if you're watching at some later time, thanks to video on demand here or on YouTube. I always appreciate people dropping by and saying hello. But until then, this is Korath Landwalker, signing off.